25, which would be a shame. She's been a brilliant athlete her whole career and would be, or is enjoying being part of Grand Slam. Sian Salmon, decent draw for her in 7 years. She was 6th in the hurdle event. Just need to judge this right, the athletes. I think Sydney will certainly be able to do that. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, done this so many times, such a great exponent over all the sprints, never mind with there's hurdles in the way. Relle Clayton, 32-year-old Jamaican, has run a flat 400 already this year, and a fairly swift 52.3 thereabouts. Not too far off that personal best you can see in the caption. Adanet Knight, her teammate, similarly indoors for her though, 52.8. Normally you run quicker outdoors than indoors. So this is Piës of the Netherlands, a big part of the Dutch very successful 4x4 and mixed 4x4 squad that does so well at Olympics and Worlds. And then Cassandra Tate of the USA on the inside. Just might find the others moving away from her here, particularly I think with Piës in the lane 3. Just got held a little bit longer by the starter there, but they're away and gone. McLaughlin-Levrone already making up ground, and we've just had a pull-up from Relle Clayton, who's pulled up in the first 100 meters, maybe trying to hang on to the American, who knows. Going very quickly, Cassandra Tate, right on the inside, has started exceptionally quickly through the first 200 meters. But it's McLaughlin-Levrone out in lane 6, smoothly making their way around the top bend. Cassandra Tate, eyed on the inside, has run an excellent first 300, but is she going to pay for that as they come into the wind in the home straight? Sydney out on her own as we expected it to be, then it's going to be a real scrap for the minor places behind her. Tate is just starting to tread water in the home straight there, but it's Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone who's going to come through to make it 2 wins in the women's long hurdles. It's 50.32. Knight just took 2nd place. It was tough out there. The wind was never going to make that easy, but the victory was never really in doubt. It was just a case of how quick and by how far. Well, the answer was almost 2 seconds, which in the 400 meters is a long, long way. It has to be said, though, that Knight has run her season's best, and Dalilah Muhammad in the 52-second mark. But there's our winner. There's our slam winner, our final slam winner of the first Grand Slam track. As we said, if you're going to run that quick for 400 hurdles, of course you can run quick on the flat.
Yeah, being able to run 48 seconds in the flat 4 as a 4 hurdler is unheard of. She ran 22 seconds into a headwind in the 200 last season. So speed-wise, she's not even comparable to some of these women out here. So I think she may even surprise us later on in the year and say, look, I'm going to go to the World Championships to run the 4.
Or maybe the 800.
I don't know about that.
I would love to see her run an 800 or 2, but I don't know if she wants to.
But I mean, really, just going through the motions here and just securing the money, you know, it's an easy 400,000 for her if she goes through all 4 and dominates the way she's doing. But if she wants to really test herself and test some of the other competitors and show what she can do in other events, she's gonna jump in that long sprints and go against some of those other women in that 4 and that deuce.
Well, MJ enjoyed it. You may hear the party's already started here in the stadium. There was a big win that Cassandra Tate went through the first 300 meters. She must have only been about 4 or 5 meters behind her, but look where she finished in the end.
Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone reaffirmed her supremacy in women's track with a stunning triumph in the 400-meter hurdles at the Grand Slam track meet in Kingston. The 25-year-old American star, fresh off her victory in the flat 400 meters, produced another breathtaking performance in her signature event, crossing the line in 50.32 seconds despite a stubborn headwind. This marked her 2nd win of the weekend and sent a clear message. She is competing on a tier far above her rivals. The lineup featured several heavyweights: Dalilah Muhammad, former world champion and Olympic gold medalist, competing in what she has declared her final season; Jamaica's Adanet Knight and Relle Clayton; Piës from the Netherlands, a key figure in their elite relay squads; and U.S. hurdler Cassandra Tate, who launched aggressively from lane 1. Clayton, however, was forced to pull up early, while Tate's blistering pace in the first 300 meters ultimately proved unsustainable, leaving her outside the top 5. As the stagger straightened, McLaughlin-Levrone glided along the backstretch with her trademark calm and control. Renowned for her seamless stride and flawless hurdling mechanics, she steadily distanced herself from the field entering the final bend. By the home straight, victory was unquestionable. The fight for second was hotly contested, with Knight edging out the others, yet Sydney's dominance remained absolute from start to finish. This win was more than a showcase of superiority. It was a testament to sustained excellence and legacy building. Her margin, nearly 2 seconds, is extraordinary in a single-lap hurdles race, illustrating her unmatched blend of speed, power, and technical precision. Maintaining times in the low 50s, a feat once deemed improbable, underscores her exceptional talent. Already the world record holder, McLaughlin-Levrone's performance in Kingston hints that her story of breaking barriers is far from over. Her versatility is equally remarkable. With a 48-second 400-meter flat and a 22-second 200-meter dash, even against adverse wind conditions, her range is breathtaking. Speculation swirls about potential ventures into events like the 800 meters, testing her stamina and adaptability. Whether she pursues it or not, one certainty remains. Sydney is expanding the limits of what a 400-meter hurdler can achieve. The Kingston meet marked the debut of the Grand Slam Track Series, a concept pioneered by Olympic legend Michael Johnson. The series gathers the globe's elite athletes across 4 major events each year, offering prize money far exceeding traditional meets. Sydney's double triumph earned her $100,000, highlighting the initiative's potential to address long-standing financial disparities in professional athletics. More than a simple track meet, the Grand Slam Track Series aims to elevate the sport, providing athletes compensation that matches their dedication and skill. For many competitors, only sponsorships and marquee championships yield substantial income. This series promises to reshape the professional track landscape, and if the Kingston debut is any indication, it is off to a strong start. The atmosphere in Kingston buzzed with excitement, driven not only by Sydney's extraordinary talent, but by the high caliber of overall competition. The event demonstrated that, when presented effectively, track and field can captivate audiences, reward athletes, and create storylines that keep fans engaged. Looking forward, future Grand Slam stops are expected to travel internationally, providing more opportunities for elite sprinters, hurdlers, and distance runners to shine. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, already on a path to legendary status, is poised to become the face of this new era. Her combination of composure, power, and vision signals not just greatness, but the evolution of the sport itself.